in between the time that I got fired in March of '96, I went 6 weeks without any money coming into the house. It was the most humbling experience of my life. I've always worked hard, I've always made decent money, so that was tough. Do you know what we did in 2004? We put it behind us quickly and we doubled business. We went from like 5 million to 10 million. It was the greatest response to adversity I've ever seen, and I was so proud of my team. Folks, I thought at this point all this other stuff that had happened was child's play. I felt like the world was totally out of control. I was so traumatized by that summer, I was afraid to turn the lights off in my bedroom. And you're probably thinking, that's a little weird. Want to know why? I was afraid of what the next day was going to look like. So some of the other things, we already talked about the comeback and everything, but one of the things that we did, I'm a big baseball nut. That's probably why we have the prop over here. You guys recognize that. And also, by the way, I will tout our videographer, who is the videographer of the New York Yankees, my favorite baseball team. So in any event, I'm a baseball nut. And one of the things that I looked at when we were trying to figure out what to do with our business and wipe the slate clean and do these things was, I thought about what makes baseball teams successful. Farm system. Farm system where you can grow a player or an employee and be able to nurture that along the way and be able to provide an opportunity should they be successful in everything. So along with the farm system, I said, well, who are we going to bring into that? And it hit me, millennials. I could have gone out and hired industry veterans and done all that kind of easy, but I just didn't feel like that was the approach. So we started recruiting millennials, young people. And rather than them coming to the business and saying, oh, they just wanted another job, an entry on their resume, I talked to them from the heart and said, I don't need you to be another employee and another resume. I need you to help me build this business back. Join a cause. We rebuild this business. We're successful. This is a story you can tell your grandchildren. So, in the summer of 2007, we developed the farm system. Was it successful? How about this? How about this? With no experience, brought in on the farm system, all these young people, took my business from $11 to $25 million amidst the worst economy in 80 years. That's something, I think. It was something worth writing about, which is what I did with the second book and hitting the curveballs. October 27th, I walked my daughter down the aisle, my baby, emotional. You can tell just from my voice, right? My baby. 4 days later, so I gave away my baby on October 27th. 4 days later, I gave away my other baby. Didn't give it away, actually. They wrote a decent check for it. But that was very emotional. And it was a moment in time, it was a week that was, it was crazy. But in my heart, I knew that it was the best thing to do for not just me and my family and whatever, but my employees, my customers. And by the way, the company that bought us is headquartered here in Tampa, over on Benjamin Road, called AVI SPL. They are otherwise known as the largest company in my industry. Incredibly flattering to have the biggest company in your industry come after you, a global company. And we're this little old firm in Memphis that's dealt with a lot of adversity, but they liked us. And the check didn't bounce.